Hey there everyone, welcome back to Game Vine. My name is Dave, and today we're talking about Truffle Shuffle. You don't want to see my belly. Let's do it. Okay, so as a disclaimer, this is a review copy from AEG. Now, this is a sweet game. It's a drafting game. It has some colorful candies and cards. It has different variants, powers like a Uno, or just different things that have evolved over basic card games in the ongoing years. But it takes drafting in a different way. Not many games do this. I do think there are a few out there, but this is one of the few that I've actually played myself. It's where there are cards that are available stacked up like a pyramid, and you can only take the cards that are open, so you have to lift cards off the top of other ones in order to get to the ones that you want. You're playing stuff like sets and runs to get points, but you want to make sure to play those sets and runs before that round ends, because you're going to have to discard cards. It's a very interesting take on drafting. So without further ado, let me show you what's in the box, and then I'll tell you my opinion. Okay, so this is what comes in the box of Truffle Shuffle. A bunch of cards with various colors and various delicious truffles on them. They have numbers because you're going to be making suits and runs. You have the point tokens here in various numbers, and they are heavy linen finish. They're like little chocolate coins that are being peeled back. You see that? These are some of the coolest tokens, and very thick cardboard that I've seen in quite some time. Pretty good components for a card game, and I love the golden line on the box. It's just one of my favorite things that a production company does when it comes to production at all. I like golden lining. So that's what you get, along with some various reference cards. Let me show you how this plays briefly. Okay, so every game is going to be set up like this, and the various number count will depend on how many of the victory point tokens are up there. So what you're doing is really simple. You do one thing of two different options. You either take one of these cards that you're allowed to take, and if it's showing, then you can take it. So once I take these two cards here, I now open up this one in order to take it, and that goes for all of them going up the pyramid here. Or I can play one of these special cards. So the name of the game is to get as many points by getting one of each color, 4 of one color, small straights, small straight flush, large straight. So a lot of different things, like you played rummy or poker, and there are various points right here on the side on what you get. Now, you have to play these while in the game. You have a hand of cards, and at the end of the round, you're always going to have to discard more of, down to the number of players. So in a 2-player game, down to 2 cards. You can only keep from round to round. So if you have a lot of cards in your hand, you want to make sure you play them before the round is up. Now, there are other ways you can mitigate the randomness. You can play the skip card, and you'll skip your turn altogether, but you'll be able to draw 3 different cards. Or you can do take 2, and that will be your turn. You just straight up just take 2 cards. Now, there are other special cards that allow you to change the number but keep the color of the card, or change the color and keep the number of the card. Now, that's important because, again, you can do small straights or 4 of one color. So if you do a 4 of one color, so if you do a large straight flush, that's going to be pretty darn good for your score. So you can have a whole bunch of these cards in your hand, and you want to make them all yellow in order to get a certain straight flush. You can do so. But there are other things, like this one here is going to be the same number of any of the cards that you want it to be. So like this 4, it will be a 4, but a green 4. And this card right here with the hashtag can be any number. So if I need an extra 5 green, well, I got it right here. The rainbow card is just what it seems. This can be a 5 of any color. One other thing that I want to say, when you play the first trick, basically, you take the victory point that's next. And it can be even just like 1 of one color, and you would just get like 1 single point. But once you do that, you'll grab the victory point, and the next time another person plays any kind of set, they'll grab this until those are depleted. You'll continue to play the round until the last card is taken from the tableau, and that will end the round. You can no longer score any cards at that point. You have to discard down. So again, you want to make sure you're scoring during the round. And that's essentially it. Now let me tell you my thoughts on this. That is Truffle Shuffle. What do I think about this one? 75. I like it. Now, it's not something that blew me away, but I had a lot of fun with it. It might sit on my shelf here in the next coming few months, and I might not look at it too much, but when I do bust it out, I have fun with it. Now, the drafting aspect is different, and because of the variance of the cards coming out, it's going to be random on what your tactic is or your strategy. The variant power cards like the Uno, draw 3 and draw 2, you kind of have to know when to play them and when to hold them. And the art is interesting. I do think it's pretty, though. If I had a major complaint, it would be the card size. I like the bigger size cards. I don't like medium size. It just feels more visceral when I have the bigger size ones. So that would be my main complaint. I would say the person who played this more will be the people who win more often, so there's a bit of a learning curve, because watching what's opening and how to open stuff up and forward plan, if you're not good at that and you just come into this Truffle Shuffle game blind, well, you're going to have to take a few losses before you get better. So that's a knock to it, but it really isn't hard to learn after 1 or 2 games. Who do I see this going to? The people who like basic games like spades or any kind of drafting at all, like Sushi Go. Even though the drafting is completely different, it's still a mechanism in Truffle Shuffle, and people who haven't played this type of drafting are going to be intrigued. And I do think families will have a bunch of fun with this. Do I think gamers are going to like the hobby gamers actually get into this one? Maybe. That's a big maybe. But if you are watching this video, you already know if you like this game or not. It will be down in the description below if you want to pick it up. Again, thank you so much, AEG, for helping us out with this review copy. Bye, Nation. Click like and subscribe. Until the next time I see you, have a great rest of your day and a great time with all you play. My name is Dave. You heard it here on the GameFind. I'm out. Bye. Vine Nation, we love making content here for you on the channel, and we're almost at 10,000 subscribers, so subscribe now and help us out. This video right here, I think you'll like. This video right here, YouTube thinks you'll like. Or you can just sit here and watch me dance as a dinosaur for a little bit longer. You can visit us at our social media outlets, and we're going to be improving our Patreon here soon. That's all for today. Miko, it's time to go. Good girl, Miko.